Committee reports, legislative update, Mrs. Shorten.
Thank you, Mr. Bigley. I had the pleasure of being at the State House yesterday, along with a number of members of my sorority, Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. We were advocating for our community, and specifically in regards to education. So we met with various legislators, and we talked specifically about our opposition to HB 12 and Senate B1. So HB 12, I've spoken about that before. That is the change of our Department of Education. So HB 12 would rename the Department of Education as the Department of Education and Workforce, create the position of a Director of Education and Workforce, and reform the functions and responsibilities of the State Board of Education and Superintendent of Public Instruction. So throughout the entire state of Ohio, various members spoke with their individual representatives and senators and expressly opposed that bill. Based on some of the feedback, there are some people who are definitely hard rocks to move, but we're going to continue to advocate in terms of education. So we're trying. In terms of Senate Bill 11, which is the bill that I spoke about, is the personal, what is the specific name? Parental Educational Freedom Act. That is a very scary bill. While we were there at the State House, we did witness an organization that was brought forth to the State House floor in support of that. It was a group of young kids who were there to support universal vouchers. And just based on our feedback, the reason I ask and I'm concerned is just based on the feedback, there seems to be a lot of support for that, unfortunately. And that could become more real to us than we know. But we expressed opposition to it and did our best. So we will convene again next year and try and keep on pushing. But as of right now, those things are very much still in play. And we'll continue to go on. So, if there are any questions?
Did they talk about the number that they're projecting, the amount of money they're projecting that might cost the state?
No one gave us an actual number on it. From my understanding, it's well up there into the billions. It is an astronomical number, and with that type of funding going there, it's hard to see that our public schools and general education fund could remain robust.
I have read several articles, and I can't say with 100% certainty that this is factual, but I've heard the number $1 billion, that the state would spend $1 billion on that if it moves forward.
Mr. Smith, I heard the same number, and I think it became immediately very controversial, so they've not said
Correct.
much since then. But
Correct.
$1 billion,
Yes.
and we're arguing over which basis we use.
Correct.
That's right.
It's
Yes, and
Yep.
there does seem to still be energy. There is pushback when it's.
Yeah, and there has been. I mean, for the last several years, we've seen this. It continues to come up, and I think, I felt like pre-COVID that it got, there was a lot of pushback on it, and kind of put it on pause. And I think towards the end of COVID, I think they started bringing it back up and doing some things to push it through. At the end of terms and whatnot, and I think it's gained momentum, and I think you're right. I think they have slowed down their they're at, that number it was pretty common to see that number out there, and I don't know that you see that number now. And again, we've had that conversation repeatedly, not the place for it tonight, but, just going back to, same accountability for all, and like you said, we're arguing about 18 versus 22, but the state's going to invest $1 million over here, so it's a tough conversation. It's hard to even think about it, but I think everyone needs to keep their eyes and ears open to that and pay attention to it.
Yes.
Thank you. I'll give the Butler Tech report. If you would direct your attention to the student success newsletters I laid at the table, and turn to the inside cover there, you will see pictures from Monday night's graduation ceremony.
It's hard off the press.
So Butler Tech graduated 750 students. I didn't make the cut in any of these pictures, but I was there. And it was a wonderful presentation. I would send you back, the pages aren't numbered, but I send you back to the page where Mechatronics and Sinclair Community College is in the lower right-hand corner. This page talks about Butler Tech's involvement, in particular the Mechatronics program, and the fact that this year, partnering with Sinclair Community College and using College Credit Plus, we have 26 Butler Tech graduates, high school graduates, that have completed their associate's degree in this program. So quite an accomplishment. Proud of all those students, proud of all of our students at Butler Tech and the work that they're doing there. Student achievement, Mrs. Gundrum.
Okay, I wanted to recognize tonight junior AP Physics 1 student Benjamin Krachik. I hope I pronounced that right. I'm sorry if I didn't, Benjamin. He was one of 4 students chosen for an exclusive internship with the University of Cincinnati's physics department. So he'll get to participate in that this summer. It's 6 weeks worth of work, and he gets to do really interesting things like analyze, interesting, I guess, if you're into physics, I like physics, analyze data from the Fermi National Accelerator in Illinois and things like that. So, pretty cool.
Great opportunity, yeah.
Yep. Congratulations.
Yes, thank you. Mr. Clark, Parks and Rec.
Yes, sir. We met at Marsh Lake. In the summertime, we try to go around and visit some other parks around the area. So if you haven't been to Marsh Lake for a while, check it out. It's clean. It's just amazing how big it is, actually. And it's open for fishing and kayaking, some other things. But it was nice to visit there and talk about new accesses that may be coming in the future with opening easements from subdivisions and some sidewalks as well, but walking paths that will connect other parks together. Yep. Not through Harbin and eventually into connecting with Hamilton as well. But so there's a lot to come with the connectivity of the walking path. So it's pretty cool. The farmers market started last Wednesday. It's back. It's big. Go get some pies. Go get some fruits and vegetables and support them. It was a great night for that as well.
Mr. Clark, where's the farmers market held?
I am so sorry. It is at the Village Green in downtown Hamilton.
Hamilton?
Fairfield, sorry. I was seeing if you guys were awake. I said connecting
God.
Hamilton. In downtown Fairfield.
Oh, my goodness.
Can we? No comment.
What'd you say?
Nothing.
This is red, not blue.
The guy makes one mistake. I believe red. The biking with a naturalist, Saturday, June 10th. It's at Waterworks. It's at 10:30 to noon, so you can do some biking at Waterworks. If you have kids, young kids from ages of 10 to 16 that like to sing, Fairfield Community Arts Center is doing a Shrek musical, so the kids could try out for that. That'd be awesome. Also have a movie in the park, The Goonies. Does anybody remember Goonies? That's a classic, right? That's coming up. That's June 15th. At 6 p.m. is pre-show, 7 o'clock is the movie. The parks did buy a large screen that allows the movies to be shown earlier in the evening. So obviously at summertime it gets darker later, so kids were staying up. So they rented this type of screen a couple years ago and liked it, and we bought one. So it's kind of paying for itself, so to speak. There's a mobile mammograph opportunity coming up at downtown. Let's see, this it's in the Arts Center, CAC building. That's on June 22nd from 8 to 10:30. You can go online, Facebook, and you can register for that for the ladies. We're also looking to hire cashier and facility attendant. $14 to $16 an hour if you need part-time or full-time availability for you. And then lastly, no, second to lastly, the Butler County Board of Development Disabilities brought some people in and did some cleanup around Village Green. Jenny Mann, I'll give her a shout out. She's the one that organized that. Jenny's involved with a lot in the community too, specifically with the YMCA. So if you see the flower beds and the mulching is looking great, it's because of some of their help. So thank you, Jenny Mann. And then lastly, just want to bring up the Purple Monkey Run that's on Saturday. If you can come to support Reagan Vanoss. It was a 2-year anniversary on May 11th. We're going to do it right here at the school. So if you can come out, walk. Dr. Rice, you don't have to run, you can walk. But we're going to have face painting, some coffee, some food, a lot of fun. So come out and support that if you can. That's all I got for the parks.
Thank you, Mr. Clark. Mr. Smith, anything from our our Planning Commission advocate?
Most recent meeting was canceled, so as a result, there's no update.
Great, thank you.